Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to take a look at the iGear Skywarp. I can't remember his name, but I'll post it in the video. He's Skywarp. I'm going to call him Skywarp. Yeah. And I do apologize for the background noise. It is actually raining and hailing really hard, and there's nothing I can really do about that. So yeah, there he is. There is the Skywarp in his keep hitting the camera. In his F-22 mode. Really nice. Something popped out a little bit here. There you go. Really nice. As I said in the Starscream review, I really like this design. Yeah. So again, you know, if you're wanting to do a little bit more of a G1 style look, if you take the null rays off the bottom and take off the missile pods, you can take this, fold this up, and it's almost like a classic style look. So you can do that if you choose. And then, as I said, I will be, let's get all the other ones so you can get a look at the whole line here. So there's Starscream, Thundercracker, looking real nice together. Here's Thrust, Ramjet, and Dirge. So, yeah, it's really nice having the whole set here already. Really impressed with them. Really dig these guys. But yeah. And let me flip Acid Storm into jet mode real quick so you can see how they stack up against the Seeker mold in vehicle mode. While I'm doing this, I'm going to ask, what do you guys think of the Fans Project Dinobots? That's the question of the day. What are your guys' thoughts on that? That kind of came out of left field there. I think they look pretty awesome. Although I'm kind of more committed to the False Cybertron ones from Planet X, but I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. So, again, there they are next to the Seeker mold. See how they stack up there. So they are definitely significantly bigger. So yeah. Let's get these guys out of the way, because we're not looking at Thundercracker, Starscream, Thrust, Ramjet, or Dirge. We are looking at Skywarp today. So yeah, again, I really like this mold. I think it's a very good mold. Very nice. There you go. Very nice. Very sleek design. I do dig this a lot. This one is in jet mode anyway. I haven't actually got him into robot mode before this. This one, his chest piece seems to be having a hard time sticking in. Like, you gotta give it a good push, and it holds fairly well, but then it does pop out pretty easily. Same with the wing pegs. It's a little annoying, but it's not that big of a deal, because once you get it in there, and you're not messing with it too much, it does hold pretty well. So they all do come with the stand that I showed off in the Starscream video. The stands are all identical, so there's no difference there. And they each do come with a different head, or at least a different face part. I'll show those off later. And the Skywarp here, he comes with the null rays. And he also does come with these little missile pods. So anyway, let's just get right down to it. The wheels do roll individually, as I've pointed out in the Starscream review, but let's fold those up. And then you can take the wings here and just kind of take them off. If you want to, you can detach the whole wing, but you don't have to. But you pull them out and just fold up the panel. And then you'll rotate them out to the side just to kind of get them out of the way. Take this panel right here and just pull it up. And pull it up. Like so. Split the legs. Extend them down. Rotate this around, and then this little peg here. It's kind of hard to see because he's all black. This peg here will peg in that hole right there. Fold out the heel spur. Do the same thing over here. And then you want to take this piece here and it slides up. And it will kind of peg into that tail fin there. So again, just pull this back, pull this up, slide it up, and clamps it on. You can flip out the foot, pull the kneecaps out a little bit. And there are the legs. Rotate the camera up a little bit here. And you rotate the wings to the back. I'll take these little side panels here and fold them in. Pull the chest down, like so. Take the nose cone here and you slide it up, like that. Then you take these panels here, fold them back a little bit, and then you can take this whole arm assembly and kind of push it through. This is where it's got some tight clearance issues here. It's not scary, but it is noticeably kind of stuck. So pull this out. Do the same thing over there. After you get the first arm through, second arm is a lot easier. And then you take the chest, or the nose cone here, you rotate it around, and then you kind of accordion in on itself. This comes around, and you want to push. See that there's this little panel right back here that you want to take and pull back. So it just hinges backwards. That gives you the clearance to push the chest piece down, but you want to pull the chest piece up, and then the canopy you can just slide down, and this all locks into place, and that is not locking very securely. So that's what I was afraid of. I have heard of that issue where they don't kind of lock in securely. They do hold very well regardless, but they just don't lock as flush as I probably would have preferred. And then you take the shoulder pieces, rotate them out, take the arms here, rotate them down, fold this up, just like so, Same thing over here. Fold it up, just like so. Make sure the hands are facing forward. I like to move the arms out one notch just to give them a little bit more, not so straight down, generic look. But take the head and you just rotate this around. And again, he's got the light piping in the back of his head, but his eyes are painted, so it doesn't really do a whole lot of good. And then you can take the null rays here, plug them into the arms. And there you go. And there's a couple other options that you can achieve with this figure. If you wanted to, you can take these skirting right here and you can flip them up. And you can take the missile pods here and you can just plug them into the side for storage. I think that's kind of doofy looking. So I'll be putting these missile pods just in storage. And then you can also take these wing bits here and just fold them out a little bit to kind of split up that look if you want to, but I don't like to do that. Makes them look less G1, and you know, they already looked less G1 enough, I think. But yeah, so there is Skywarp. I'll zoom in on the face here. So that's what comes stock on him. He also comes with this smirky face. And one thing I didn't quite notice at first is that these smirky faces, and it's true on the Starscream one, but their chins are more elongated and kind of more animated look. Like from Transformers Animated. Whereas he's got a smaller chin, more generic Seeker look. I prefer the more generic Seeker look, so yeah, you do have some options. If it had more of the G1 chin on this guy, but with the smirk, I would have changed it out. But since it doesn't, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, and I'll go over the posability on this one. I won't be doing that with the rest of them, really, just because I've already done it. Head is on a ball joint, gets great range of motion there. Shoulders rotate up and down, they ratchet in and out. And it's nice that the shoulder piece here, even though it's just a little loose shoulder armor, it stays in place when you move the arm. He's got 2 points of swivel on the arm, one right above where the null ray attaches and one right below it, so you can actually move the null ray independently from the arm, but also move the arm as well. Double bend elbows, so he gets a full bend on his arm there. Hands are on ball joints, so it gets a little side to side. It goes further down than it does up, and then also rotates all the way around. Waist articulation, which again, even with the Starscream, I said it was just amazing, and it is amazing that the Seeker has articulation. It's at the waist. It's not a very common thing for the Seeker molds to have. Hips are on double sockets, so up, down, in, out. Swivels right below. Double bend elbow or double bend knee, so it gets a good range of motion there. His kneecaps do move in and out. Foot is on a ball joint, so it gets a decent range of motion. Not awesome, but decent. And the heel spur does rotate up and down. But yeah, all in all, great mold. I really, really love this mold. And I really like the coloration of Skywarp. He's just so much more... He just looks like he's got more character than Thundercracker, for example. I think Thundercracker looks pretty plain, but that's just the colorations of Thundercracker. Skywarp is a much better looking character. So, yeah. Let's see here. I do, like I said, I really like this mold. I'm flipping Acid Storm here so I can do a comparison there. And then once I'm done with all the reviews, I will do a full full shot with all of the Seekers. But for the sakes of this one, I will just do Acid Storm and a few other characters that were requested. So here he is next to the Seeker mold. As you can see, he comes up to about mid, a little lower than mid chest, just above the waist, really. So yeah, they're much more in the Voyager scale. So that's really awesome. And by request, here he is next to Megatron, standing up straight this time. Maybe. As you can see, he comes up to about mid-head of Skywarp here. So, probably do need a bigger Megatron. I think Toy World's Hegemon is going to have us covered there, or the Leader Class Megatron. That's coming out soon. Here he is next to the Unique Toys Galvatron, who, to the horn, he's just a hair taller. To the head, below the horn, he comes up to just a little short. Just a hair short there. So yeah, that's pretty awesome there. I think that's a pretty good scale, although, you know, Galvatron should be just a hair bigger, but he doesn't really get displayed with my Seekers. He gets displayed with the Season 3 movie and Season 3 cast, so that won't bother me too much. And also by request, here he is next to the TFC Hercules guys. And Mad Blender doesn't want to stand. Why don't you want to stand? Take off the mixing barrel and eliminate some of that back weight. And there we go. And as you can see, he's just about a head taller than these guys, so it's a pretty good scale. I think the Seekers should be a little bit taller, not like massively, but should be a little taller. So yeah, all in all, I think this Skywarp is it's a really solid figure. I really dig it. I think that iGear really did a really good job on this guy. I would probably give him a rating of I'd give him a 9 out of 10. The chest and the wings not sticking in is just a little bit of a bother, but not much. But yeah, he is pretty good, and sounds like my neighbor's dogs are barking. So, again, I do apologize. There's not a whole lot I can do about outside noise. I wish I had a soundproof room, but that would just be unfeasible. Anyway, so yeah, he's really cool. I really dig him. I think he's awesome looking Skywarp. So if you're a Skywarp fan, I do recommend picking him up. If you're like me and looking to replace all the Seekers with bigger ones, this will be the way to go. So yeah, I'll find some other things to compare the next figures to as I go. So there you go. iGear's Skywarp.